What's up, guys? How are you? How are we? Happy Monday. I know I'm a little shorter up there on YouTube tonight. I don't want to jack with anything else. Like, I just keep getting shorter on YouTube. I don't want to jack with anything else. So y'all get short, Bodhi, this evening, I guess, apparently. Hi. How was your Monday? Mine was pretty damn good. I got a lot done. And here we are. And here we are, ready for Reiki and reads this evening. Yes, the answer is yes. I am in a really, really good mood. I got a lot. Did I mention I got a lot done today? Because I got a lot done today. Nope, you know what? Why did I put that one on that? Nope, that one's the one that's supposed to be there. All right, then. Probably gonna have to restring that one not too much longer. No, don't like that sound. I think we like those two together. We like that one. Let's see. Oh, we do have to do this. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. That sounds glorious. There's my big old mamma jam over there. Yep. That's the ticket. Am I right? All right. We are going to throw some rings on this evening. Because that's what's up. All right. Are we ready? If you guys are new to watching me, welcome to Monday night. Welcome to Reiki and Zodiacs. Those of you guys over there on YouTube didn't tell me I had hair sticking out, but that's all right. I'm going to do a full Reiki session for you guys this evening. Will probably be about 45 minutes or so. And then we're going to read for the Zodiacs for tonight, give you a cheat sheet as to how your week is going to look. I always start with Capricorn, go all the way around. So my sweet little loving party Sagittarius is our last, but not least. I will have a few announcements throughout the live stream later this evening. At 9 o'clock, I'm going to tell you guys, well, 9:15, 9:20, when I finish the Reiki session, I'm going to tell you guys about a couple new classes that are coming up. I'm also going to give you guys, my mods will have coupons for you guys for the week. The Ides of March is this weekend. Friday the 13th is this weekend. So many things. So that's what's up. That's what's going to happen. Just like always, you guys can do these first few, hand positions with me, or you don't have to. I just ask that you sit and take a deep breath every time I say deep breath. We're going to do 6 deep breaths at the beginning to help lower your heart rate, your blood pressure, all that stuff. Everybody's anxiety is through the roof. Everybody's blood pressure is through the roof. And this is why aliens won't talk to us. So here we go. Are you ready? You know that was funny. Laugh. All right. That might be too loud for you YouTubes, huh? Ready? Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Oh, y'all on YouTube can't hear the music. Oh no. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We got to pause. We got to pause. We got to figure out what's up with that. Why can't y'all, what is up with it? Why did it change some damn settings? I don't understand. What happened? Hold, please. Why won't it let y'all hear it? That just is some bullshit, isn't it? That's some bully McBullshit. Looking to see maybe if I just... Here we go. We figured it out. We figured it out. We'll just do this. And those of you guys on TikTok aren't seeing it, but those of you guys on YouTube are. So this is what we'll do for right now. This is what we'll do for right now. I don't know. This is fucking weird, man. What happened? I'll tell you what, YouTube, here's what we're going to do. I'm having issues with Streamlabs. Let me just say this. I'm having issues with Streamlabs. And I can't seem to get help. So Streamlabs, if you're listening, I just need help because the desktop program sucks and I can't get it to work. So if that doesn't work, I will be going back over to Riverside. And with that, then I can do everything that I used to do. So what we may have to do over here on YouTube is we may have to cut out Reiki this evening for y'all. And I may just have to pause the live stream, ask y'all to join me on TikTok, and then do the Zodiacs over here. Maybe the only thing we can do, because it's not going to let me just share the music. It's only going to let me like share an entire screen. And if that's the case, then you can't really see me. So I don't know. It's dumb. It's dumb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys that are over here on YouTube, if you would like to watch Reiki, join me over on TikTok. And then I will come back over here on YouTube, and then we'll do all of the Zodiacs over here. I don't know why it's not letting you guys hear it. It used to. It used to. I don't know. If you guys don't have TikTok, no big deal. I'll be back. Otherwise, you're just going to watch me moving my hands around to no music. And you're going to be like, this girl be crazy. This girl going to lose her mind. Y'all going to be over there laughing like, well, I don't know what this lady's doing. So thank you guys for letting me know there was no music over there. But I'll be back over here in a little bit on YouTube for all the Zodiacs. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Technology be technology-ing. This Mercury retrograde is dumb. It's dumb. We're just going to say that. Absolutely dumb. So you guys on YouTube, I'll see you guys here. I'll see you back here in just a little bit. Well, let me see if I can do this. We're going to try this now too. We're going to try one more thing. Let me try one more thing. Nope. Still not going to let me do it. Still not going to let me do it. Why? Why you gotta be such a pain in the ass? All right. Well, we tried YouTube. All right. So I'll be back with you guys over here on YouTube for Zodiac read. So give me just a little bit. I'll be back over there. That is the weirdest thing ever. Like, that is the weirdest thing ever. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's weird. All right. Well, shit. Well, shit. That's what happened, I guess. That's what happened. So I guess here we go on the talk of the tick, which means I can turn this damn light down because it hurts my eyeballs and my face. Let's start over. Ready? Well, not really. But here we go. Deep breath all over again, son of a bitch. We're gonna clear just a little bit first. I know that we usually do all the chakras, but we're gonna clear a little bit because I don't know about y'all, but even though I've had a good day, even though it's been a great productive day, this whole weekend has been a lot. So, since we don't have YouTube on, come hither. We're going to do this. Ready? Going for a ride. Now you're closer and I can see you better. All the better to see you with, my pretties. All right. You know I couldn't resist that. Come on. Remember, guys, there is no tolerance. We're going to start tonight with, what are you letting go of? What are you letting go of? And if you don't want to put it in the chat, just put a 0. Breathe. Remember, guys, in this live stream, if you are new, there are only a few rules. The first one is don't be a jerk or a prick or a creep, because even creeps don't like creeps, jerks don't like jerks, and pricks don't like pricks, and we don't like it here either. My moderators 100% will screenshot your comments and your account. Guess what? I do have time, and I am the one. I've been a master energy worker for a long time. Let that sink in for just a little bit. Doesn't matter if you hide behind a troll or not. We don't talk about other creators in here. We don't talk about politics in here. All I ask is that you simply come in and you forget about everything for just a minute. Sit. Sit. I know that everybody is super stressed out and everybody is worried about the world and worried about life and worried about everything and nothing at the same time, because I know we all so just disconnect all the time. But let's do something fun. Yes, let's do something fun. If you could go anywhere in the world right now where let's just say nothing bad is happening anywhere. If you could go anywhere in the world and see anything, if you could pause time and go, what would you do? Where would you go? I just saw someone say the Bermuda Triangle. Ma'am, you and me are friends. Sir, ma'am, you and me are friends. I didn't see who it was that commented. Oh, we're friends. We're friends. Oh, we're friends. We're friends. I'm sorry, that cracked me up. Please let it be a portal to somewhere else. Okay, sorry. That was funny. Come on, you know it. Ooh, what is that? There it was. Yeah, we're friends. That's funny shit, dude. No one does talk about the Bermuda Triangle anymore, do they? Are you breathing better now? Breathe. I'm going to ask you guys to do my favorite part. If you guys are new here, I know we haven't done the chakras. I know. Calm down. It'll be all right. I'm probably not going to do them this evening. We might run through them real quick, but I'm going to ask you guys to do my favorite part. If you guys are new and you don't know what my favorite part is, that is where you just put something good in the chat. Maybe it's something that you feel like someone else needs to hear, or maybe you needed to hear it today, or maybe you needed to hear it at your lowest, or I don't know, just something good, something uplifting, because you never know who needed to see that. You never know who's sitting in here who may need to see exactly what it is. And those of you guys that are in here, just take a random screenshot and see what messages you get. I'm just saying. I'll bet it's exactly what you needed to hear. Deep breath. And now all I want you to do is put all of the bad shit right there. You're not going to hurt me. You're not going to overwhelm me. This damn earring, we're going to take it off. It just keeps catching. I love it. I love this earring. I do. But it's pissing me off. I want you guys to put your feet on something. I don't care if it's the floor. I don't care if it's your bed. I don't care if it's your significant other. I want you to put your feet on something. Actually, don't put them on your significant other. On something. I want you to feel the ground underneath your feet. Just for a minute. I want you to root yourself in place. I want you to envision those roots, whatever color you want them to be. I want you to envision them just spreading everywhere. Under your bed, under your couch, in your house, under the floor. I want you to spread them everywhere. Stretch. Oh, I'll DM you. Go ahead and block that person. Make sure you screenshot them. Remember that you are the prize, my friend. You are. Sorry that somebody else's shitty view of the world and shitty view of themselves ever made you feel less than. I want to do an experiment. So I get an analytics after all of this of how many comments there were, things like that. So I want to do an experiment. I want you guys to all just put a single digit number, just 0 through 9. And I want to see, I want to see how many of the same number we get. And B, I want to see how fast we can run the comments up in here. We're going to do an experiment. We're going to break the talk tick. Plus, I was noticing all the 9s everywhere on my screen. So I'm like, okay, 9s, I see you. 7's winning by a long shot. Look at that. 124. 127. Oh, 4 now coming in. Just a single digit number. Guys, for all the gifts. I appreciate you. All the new subscribers. I see you sneaking in there. Deep breath. I know this is a little slower song, but I know I said that we were going to go for like 45 minutes, but my arms are kind of rubber already. It's only a little after 9. My arms are rubber. I didn't do anything hefty today. Oh, I've been typing a lot. I was like, why are my arms rubber? Why are my arms rubber? Carpal tunnel, bitch. That's why my arms be rubber. So we're going to turn this down. I'm going to turn that down. I know some of you guys are here for Reiki and you catch the Zodiacs on YouTube. But before you skedaddle, I want you to remember how fantastic you are. Seriously. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for making it this far. I'm proud of you for getting up today. I'm proud of you for just being here. Because I know that all of us at one time or another in our life have thought about, you know, what if I wasn't here today? I have, and I know you have too. And I'm proud of you for just staying. I'm proud of you for just being here. I'm proud of you for just being here. It takes a lot sometimes just to wake up, especially lately. And I'm proud of you. Okay? I'm proud of you. In case no one has told you today, I am so proud of you. No matter what happened before, no matter what happened in your past, it got you where you are right now. And you have a conscious choice of where you go from here. I have faith in you. I know that all those people that said all that horrible shit to you, about you, etc., I know that it hurt. I know that it hurt. Because it can't not hurt. And I know that you kept going, even while they were doing all of that shit. And I know that nobody gave you praise. And I know that nobody said they were proud of you. And I know that nobody offered, well, not nobody, but some people, most people didn't offer a hand, didn't offer an ear, didn't offer a shoulder. I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for continuing to put one foot in front of the other. You are a phenomenal beast. You are phenomenal. And I want you to remember, especially for those of you witchy ladies, witchy mans out there, you witchy peoples, there are literally myths told about you. There are stories told about you. There are movies about you. There are TV shows about you. People dress up as you for Halloween. People want to be you when you grow up, bitch. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Start giving yourself just a wee bit more credit. Just a wee bit more credit. I am proud of you. And I know that you can do anything. I know that you can do anything. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I think that I am not going to attempt YouTube tonight because I think it's going to be easier to just download this and put it on there. So YouTube, those of you guys watching on YouTube, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. I think we're just going to go back to, Riverside. Like, this is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So yeah. I love each and every one of you more than you realize, more than you know. And I want you to also remember, for those of you guys that are like, nobody tells stories about me, or you say, well, I'm new to the witchy stuff. I don't know anything. Okay, well, millions and billions, trillions of perfect moments had to align just right for you to exist, dude. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. If somebody had gone back just in the nick of time and stepped on the wrong butterfly, you wouldn't exist. If something had not crawled out of the primordial soup and spit on the ground just where it did, you wouldn't exist. Perfect timing. High or low? What do you think? Let's gamble. Let's gamble. High or low? Oh, y'all that said it was high, y'all are jerk asses. Do you not see what I just did? Did you not see what I just did? Oh no, I spilt my Reese's Pieces. Oh no. How many of you guys that are my age, I grew up in the 80s, every time you see Reese's Pieces, you think of E.T.? Raise your hand. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hated that movie. Still love Reese's Pieces. Hold on. We're going to chat for just a minute because my ADHD brain makes me sort the colors together. I can't have the colors touching. Ah! Okay. So, before we get started, palmistry. Y'all want to learn palmistry? Been a long time since I've taught it. Classes start this Wednesday, the 11th. Yes, you can get into class. Yes, they are videoed if you don't want to watch the live classes, because they're on Wednesday mornings, and I know a lot of you guys can't be there. They are videoed. What about astrology? Y'all want to learn astrology? Those start next Wednesday. If you're already a member of my site and you're on the blue plan, the alpha plan, or the omega plan, those classes are included in your program. They're included in your fee. If not, why not? Just saying. My dragon be coming off. Look here, man. Sit your ass right there. Also, this weekend is Friday the 13th and the Ides of March. I have two very limited readings on, one on the 13th that is a bloodline ancestral reading, and then one on the 14th that is the Ides Oracle. That's all about fate, betrayal, and rebirth. So just letting you know. And then on the Ides of March itself, I love Reese's Pieces. On the Ides itself, there will be a full return to sender protection candle working rite ritual. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. The Ides of March is my favorite day to do return to senders. Favorite. My favorite. There are coupons for this week. Capricorns, I'm drawing cards for you. There are coupons for this week. IDES, IDES, is for any event, any ticket. That is 22% off because 22 is associated with the Ides of March. So that's why I chose it. It's a master number, karmic number. March, just the word March, is for 22% off all in-person, like personal appointments, is private Zoom appointments. So if you guys want to get in on those, this is the time. This is the time. I still have not made my decision on moderators yet. So I apologize. I apologize. I know I said I was going to draw out of a hat. And I have many fabulous hats up there to choose from. But I have been overwhelmed with messages. And I appreciate every one of you. I just want you to know. I just want you to know. I have been personally answering all of the messages that came in. And I'm just now getting to like the finished Saturday's the 28th messages, okay? And I've been answering other ones as I can. But I want to say this. For a long time, a lot of you guys have been telling me that you've been messaging the site repeatedly and no one's been answering you, and we couldn't figure out what was going on, right? I am so sorry that no one answered you. I am so sorry that no one answered you. I'm sorry that I didn't personally answer you. I am finding so many of you guys that are so phenomenal and gracious and fantastic and just being just kind. And you guys will never, ever know how much I appreciate that. You won't. You will never know. I just want to extend like my heartfelt thank you for those of you guys that are being so kind. And for those of you guys that are waiting on orders and stuff, I do have a friend coming in. Shauna from Unique Paranormal is coming in next week, and she's going to help me get a lot of these things sent out. We're just going to have a packing party in my living room floor. We'll probably go live so y'all can watch, but we're just going to have a packing party, get all this stuff out. But I wanted, before we started with Zodiacs, I just wanted to say just a heartfelt thank you to those of you guys that have been so kind and gracious, and I appreciate you so much. And I'm going to do everything I can to make you happy. Whatever it is that I can do to make you happy, because some of you guys have been put off and put off and put off and put off. And I am not only back at the helm, but I'm running the rigging, I'm steering the ship, all the things again. You might have to give me a couple days longer to get some answers to you, but I promise you that you will get an answer and you will get things made up. Period. Period. You have a baby doll for me. Stop it. Say less. Also, right now, the only event that I will be at this year will be Creep It Real in Loretto, Pennsylvania. Depending on what happens in certain areas of my life will depend on if I have to cancel going to Gettysburg. But did you guys know that I make black mirrors? Did you guys know that I've been making black mirrors for decades? Did you guys know that it is one of my favorite things to do? I know y'all know I love dolls. But did you know that I have an array of big, of large, of massive, of tiny black mirrors? Did you know that? Did you know that? Well, at Creep It, Sass and I, I'm throwing Sass all under the bus. Sass and I'm going to throw Denise under the bus too, because Denise is coming to Creep It Real. But Denise loves this shit. So I know Denise ain't scared of shit. But we have a death row cell. Guess where the mirrors will be for y'all to go and peruse them. Would you like a death row black mirror? All right, Capricorns, are we ready? I know some of you guys are like, absolutely not, you're stupid. There are going to be some amazing people at Creep It. Oh, Bobby, thank you so much. There are not only going to be some amazing people at Creep It, but there will be some amazing, amazing ghost hunts, paranormal events, etc. Just saying. Black mirrors are used for scrying. So if you guys don't know what a black mirror is for, it's used for scrying. It's used for channeling. It's used for, speaking to the other side. It's, they're older than the Ouija board. There were a lot of medieval philosophers. There were a lot of ancient Aztec, Mayan, etc. Let's not say philosophers, not medieval philosophers. They were witches and warlocks. Traditionally, they were made of obsidian, but I do mine with them. I do paint. I also do resin, but I do powdered crystals in the resin, and I do them in a certain way. They're all sealed, sigiled, etc. Not going to share how, because proprietary. Okay, but I'm just saying what I'm saying. You want to get you one. I know you do. I know you do. So Bodhi's Black Mirror Menagerie. You know I'll post videos, but they're not something I can ship. So it will be something y'all will have to come get one in person. Okay? All right. Ready, Capricorns? Ooh. Oh. Capricorns come out swinging with Thanatos. One of the Titans. Okay, Capricorns. Last week y'all were the party. Gave me a damn panic attack. Completion, support, and expediency. Oh, we're using the Crow Oracle deck tonight, by the way. We're using the asshole deck tonight. You're welcome. Anticipation, which goes right along with expediency, and risk. Now, let me tell y'all a little secret about those little Capricorns. They don't take risks unless they already know the outcome. They just don't. They just don't. I'm sorry. A Capricorn doesn't take a risk without already having like a 90% guarantee on the outcome. The fact that you have completion, support, and expediency, followed by anticipation. The expediency caught my eye first, followed by anticipation, and then risk. Capricorns, you found a genie in a bottle. You found a genie in a bottle this week. Not only are you feeling completely plugged into universal energy, to the energy around you, to just everything, not only are you feeling that, but you're also seeing the risks and the loopholes that go along with it. Now that has its good and its bad, okay? Because not only are you seeing the amazing things, that the possibilities that could happen with all of this risk, and I really think that it's one big, huge thing. One big, huge thing. Part of your path, part of your life has shifted, right? The old you is done. The old you is done. This blood moon, this past blood moon, cleared out so much. So much just gone, right? Cleared it out. And now you're actively looking forward to the next chapter. The support and expediency tell me that you aren't quite sure which one of these two paths to take. Right? I'm going to give you homework, Capricorns. Everybody loves when I give them homework on a zodiac read, right? I want you to go read the Robert Frost poem, Two Roads Converged. I don't remember the exact name of it now. It just fell out of my brain and now I feel stupid. But you know exactly what poem I'm talking about. Every one of you have heard this poem. But it talks about the paths. Two paths converged in the woods. And I took the one less traveled by. I'm obviously paraphrasing. But I want you to go read that. The road less taken. Thank you. The road not taken. Y'all got it. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's one of my dad's favorite poems. Like my dad, I grew up on Robert Frost, right? My dad absolutely, that literally was his favorite poem. We probably heard it several times a month from my dad. I'm going to advise you guys to go read that. Even if you've read it 900 bazillion gajillion times, I want you to go read it again, Capricorns. I want you to read it tonight before you go to bed. Okay, so once you're done doom scrolling, before your little Capricorn eyes go like this and go close, I want you to pull that poem up and I want you to read it. Because the expediency you're feeling is a need. Okay, it's not just that you want to make a decision really quickly. It's that you as a Capricorn need to make a decision, because Capricorns do not like free floating out there with their plans. They don't like it. Now, will they make 900 lists and then scrap all of them? Yes, but they need to know that they have a list to fall back on if they decide that what they scrapped it for isn't working out, right? So Capricorns, the expediency, that rush that you're feeling, the anticipation, you need to make a decision. Okay? You need to make a decision. And I feel like for every Capricorn that's listening to me, that poem is going to strike something in you that's going to tell you what way to go, what path to choose. I'm not saying you should all choose the path less taken. I'm just saying, I guarantee you, for every one of you Capricorns, there's a line in there that's going to be like, oh, okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. And then I want you to go ahead and take the risk. I want you to take the risk by going, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm going to do. I want you to make the decision. I know that you guys don't like to make decisions. I know that you don't like to make any kind of plans if you don't have the time to wrap all of your head around everything, right? But I want you to go ahead and make the decision. Take the risk, do the thing, Capricorn, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. See the waves in this card? See how this crow is trying to get in there, you know, protect the nest, get the things out, etc. The waves are coming, Capricorn. The waves are coming, and you need to not be there when they come. Does that make sense? The tide be coming in. You got to shit or get off the pot, okay? Either you're hanging out and you're getting swept out with the tide and floating on down the ocean somewhere else, or you're running up the shore. Which one you going to do? Which one you going to do? This is a very important, very pivotal week for you Capricorns. And what I find interesting is that this is a Friday the 13th coming up. This is the Ides of March coming up, all in the same weekend. All in the same weekend. This is a powerful weekend. Not only do we roll into the quarter moon this week on the 11th, but next week on the 18th, we have a very intensive new moon. So Caps, this week is super important for you to make a decision. And trust me, as a Capricorn with two huge things I have to choose between right now, I am not excited about this reading. As a Capricorn, I don't know if I approve of this message, but here we are. But here we are. I don't like it either. I'm right there with you. No Capricorn ever wants to be told to make the decision. But you kind of already know you have to. You already know you have to. Now, I want to go back to this real quick before we drift off. Capricorns, this is one of the Titans. This is one of the Titans. Not only is it one of the Titans, but it is Zeus's father. This is the Titan that sired Zeus and Hades and Poseidon. This is not just any deity. This is not just any god or goddess. It is a Titan that birthed the gods. That's you. That's the embodiment of your energy this week, Capricorns. Let that sink in. You are a very powerful mamma jamma. You literally hold the genie in the lamp right now. And what you choose to do with it is going to matter. It is going to shape the rest of your year and possibly the rest of your life. No pressure. My nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me. Somebody's talking about me. Aw. Thank you for spamming your phone number. 8675309. No pressure. No pressure. That is the first time I've seen phone numbers spammed. That's the first time I've seen phone numbers spammed. If I were you, I wouldn't be calling it. You gonna trust a spammer phone number? You're going to get your whole identity stolen, ho. You're going to get your whole identity stolen. Some dumbass going to call. I want to spit tea everywhere. Just saying. Can you spam your credit card number? I can't with you. Who's going to take one? I can't with you either. I can't with you either. Maybe everybody just needs to call it. I don't know. Maybe everybody just needs to call it. Shit. Y'all are ridiculous. All y'all are ridiculous. I love you. I love you. All of y'all are ridiculous. All of y'all are ridiculous. I guarantee you that is someone's ex. That's someone's ex. Think about it. What better way to get someone's spam called by actual people? I'm just saying. All right. Capricorn. Stones for Capricorns. Moldavite if you got it, bitches. And I know some of you guys are like, I am not touching Moldavite. Moldavite if you got it. If not, you can use Labradorite. That is its nice, gentle cousin. Okay. So Moldavite if you got it. Labradorite if you don't. And then I'm going to say Lapis is going to be the other one that you want to pair with that. Lapis actually goes really good with Moldavite or with Labradorite. So yeah, Lapis, because you Capricorns need to remember that you are the GOAT, man. You are the GOAT. I'm just saying. Animal. Maybe I should give you guys a Muppet. But I don't know who you would be. We'll do that next week. We'll give Muppets. We'll give a totem Muppet next week. Or maybe I'll just do a video with the totem Muppet that's what I'll do. I'll do a video with the Muppet that each zodiac is like. Capricorns, you are the hawk this week. You are the hawk this week. Okay? You are the hawk this week. All right, Aquarius, are we ready? If y'all are like, why are you bringing up Muppets? Last night on my live stream, we were sitting around, getting some stuff done, some reads done. Aquarius ain't playing. They threw their cards out like this. We started talking about Muppets. Y'all started talking about Sesame Street first, and then we got on the subject of Muppets. So then I pulled up my chat GPT, whose name is Ash, and asked Ash, what's really funny is I love Gonzo. Like on Sesame Street, Gonzo was always my favorite. I love me some Gonzo. I had a Gonzo doll I carried around when I was a kid. No, Grover. Why did I say Gonzo? Gonzo's the one with the big honker. Grover. I had a Grover that I carried around. Like he was a big old guy too. Like I carried him around. Loved me some Grover, right? And so I asked Ash what Sesame Street Muppet it thought I was, that I was like, and it straight up called me Grover. And I was like, winning. And then when I said, what Muppet would I be like, on Kermit the Frog? And it said I was Miss Piggy. I don't know about that. I don't know what to think about that. I'm just saying, I don't know what to think about that. It was funny. I do like me some Miss Piggy, but let's face it, Miss Piggy be obsessive crazy. I am not obsessive crazy about any dude. So I don't know about that part, but I thought it was pretty hilarious. And so then we got talking about, yeah, so it's just funny. So I think that's probably the best. We're going to do that video. All right. She is the alpha. Yeah, she is the alpha. I don't know, though. I was like, I don't know if I should be offended or not that he just called me Miss Piggy, but okay. Okay. Aquarius, y'all drew your cards like this tonight, which means you're on the ball. You're ready to go. You're ready to get this week underway. I love that your anchor card came out really quick. I love that your other two cards came out really quick. In fact, they came out together. Ooh, Anubis. preservation, neutrality, and observation. Obligation. I like when my sugar's low because then my words don't work. Just saying. All right. Y'all had two cards come out, one on top of the other like this. The bottom card is communication, and I find that interesting with the Anubis card that is obligation and neutrality. On top of that, you have resistance. This is definitely a quiet Aquarius week where the Capricorns have to make a decision. So by the way, the Capricorns, if y'all have Capricorn in your life, they're probably going to be non-existent this week. They are. They are in their own head. They're nose to the grindstone. They're working. So if you have a Capricorn in your life, they are kind of non-existent this week. I mean, if you have a Capricorn in your life, then that's most of the time anyway. So it's all right. But Aquariuses are withdrawn this week. They're withdrawn this week. They're quiet this week. So if you have an Aquarius in your life, you're going to probably think that they're mad for you. I have to just quit talking. That they're mad at you. You're going to think that they're mad at you. They're not. They're really looking at all of the obligations that they have. This blood moon eclipse, it hit all the Aquariuses in a way that they're really looking at everything in their life. They're looking at all decisions they have made up till now. They're looking at how that's going to affect them going forward. Like, they've been doing this full audit of everything. And this week is no different. But this week, Aquarius, you guys are all about looking at where you need to cut some things out. You're looking at where you need to remain neutral. You're looking at where you have been pulled on one side or another, either without realizing it or you let yourself get pulled there. You know, like maybe you have two friends and one friend has been, well, come with me, come with me, come with me. And you've been ignoring the other friend. Like that kind of thing. It could be that you straight up, went to this place or that place, or I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Every one of you Aquarius knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're looking at what you need to preserve, what you need to let go of, what obligations you have that you no longer want to have. And a lot of you Aquariuses this week, because of this resistance right here, you have communication resistance. You're going to find it very hard to communicate with the people around you. The people you know really well, the people you don't know really well, the people that you love, the people that you hate. Like you're going to be having an issue with communication this week. You just are. A lot of it is going to be because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. You don't want to cut them out of your life until you really and truly hardcore think about it. What I find that one of the things I really love about Aquariuses is y'all are a lot like Capricorns in that you will hardcore think about something before you do it. You will. You'll weigh everything out. Now, I don't mean always, because my sister's an Aquarius and I've watched her make some interesting decisions, but you guys really like to look at things and plan them out before you ever decide to jump. You're questioning some things that you might have jumped towards, and finding out that maybe you shouldn't have jumped. You're also trying to decide about the obligations you took on, that they're too much for you. Aquarius, my advice is going to be this, because you're going to want to say things this week, and then something is going to keep you from it. If it's something to mend a relationship, to mend a friendship, to mend a job, to mend whatever it is, do it. Do it. Okay? I know it's going to be hard. You're going to have to force the time, but do it. Okay? Now, if it's something to cut someone off, to quit a job, to do anything like that, I am going to advise that you wait. I'm going to advise that you wait, because trying to force this decision, trying to force the communication is going to mean that you're going to bungle your words, and then that's just going to piss you off all over again. That's just going to piss you off all over again. So just saying, okay? Just saying. It's just going to be a week of you withdrawing, Aquarius. Just so you know. Okay? It's not a bad week. In fact, it's a really good week. It's a really good week, actually. I feel like there's something else there, Aquarius, like just under the surface, and you don't see it yet. I don't really see it yet. I think it's supposed to stay under the surface. So whatever it is that you feel like you need to keep digging for it, okay? Keep digging for it, Aquarius. But don't stress about finding it right now this week. Stones for Aquarius. Black tourmaline. Black tourmaline and jade. In fact, the lighter the jade, the better. Y'all are also the brown bear. Not the black bear, not the grizzly. You are the brown bear. Just saying. I approve of that Aquarius message. I'm not an Aquarius, but I approve of that Aquarius message. I'm kind of wrapping my head around it. It's very interesting. Y'all feel the energy change? Did the Schumann just fuck up again? Yeah. I knew y'all felt it. Nope. Crazy day yesterday, crazy night, but nothing here recent. Okay. Okay. Just making sure y'all felt it too. I've been super relaxed all day too. I've got a lot done. But now, tonight, I'm like anxious. I don't like it. All right. Where's my Pisceans at? How long is moon water good for? Long as you want it to be. Now, make sure you label it. If you're going to drink it, it needs to be in a sealed airtight container, don't take this as an example, but like a sealed water bottle. Okay, like one you haven't opened. This is why I like having water bottles. So let me drink the rest of this, by the way. I saw somebody ask where I got my ear cuff. The Castle of Muskogee has a Halloween festival every year, and I got these there a couple years ago. Aren't they cute? I forgot I had them, and it was unpacking. Look at his little mouth open. Rawr. He matches my tattoo, so I had to have him. Well, I had to have them. So I was like, you know what? I have these cool ass things. I bought them. I paid money for them. So why don't I wear them? So here we are. It's also really stuffy and hot in here. I'm going to turn the fan on. You know what's really funny? I told Sass before this, I was like, it's kind of hot in here, and I should probably turn the fan on before I get on my live stream tonight, but I'm not gonna, and I'm gonna regret that decision. I'm regretting that decision because it's hot in here. It'd be stuffy. All right. Ready, Pisces? I know every Pisces in here is like, you have our cards ready, and we would like for you to read. Osiris. Commitment, acquisition, and responsibility. And I find it interesting that the Aquarius reading was Anubis. I find that interesting. And then you also have resistance, and y'all saw me shuffle. And then you have release. All right. All right. Pisces, this is going to be like a weird week for you with a great ending. It's going to be a week for you where you've already made decisions. You've already made decisions. You've already come to peace with yourself about these decisions, because let me tell you guys something about Pisces. They will struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle with a decision because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings. They will struggle with the decision. And even when they make the decision, they will still struggle with when to say the thing or when to. I knew a Pisces that was in a job situation for 3 years, trying to get the balls to quit. For 3 years. Under one of the most abusive bosses I've ever heard of. And still was so afraid to hurt her coworkers' feelings. I was like, dude, do you want me to dress up as you and go in one day and be like, fuck you? Like, is that what you need me to do? I love you, Pisces. I do. But when you guys think you're going to hurt someone's feelings that you like, that you care about, then you will take forever to make that decision. It's funny. So this resistance is you stressing about cutting this off. This is you stressing all week about cutting this off. You've already made the decision, whether it's to leave a relationship, to not be friends with somebody, to leave a job, to move, to tell a family member that they suck, or whatever it is. You guys have already made the decision. In fact, you made it a long time ago, but now you're feeling the need. This blood moon really, really pushed the need for you to cut this person off, right? Or the job or whatever it is. But you just can't. You just can't. Well, guess what? The universe is going to do it for you this weekend. You like that? I caught it. Woohoo! The universe is going to do it for you this weekend. Because this weekend is the Ides of March. And that's karma. And it's not your karma that's coming in. But you walking away from this situation has to happen. It has to happen. Period. Just saying. Just saying. It has to happen. So the universe is going to do it for you. And here's the other thing about you Pisces that I love. You don't like people to make decisions for you. So when this happens, you're going to get mad. Even though it's exactly what you wanted, you're going to get mad. You're going to get mad. It's okay. Be mad. Okay. Be mad and then go party and then go have a party. Okay. I already know. You're going to be mad and then you're going to be excited and then you're going to be like, oh, I don't have to make the decision. Yeah. I already know. I'm not dumb. I've known way too many of you. I will say also this week, Pisces, that resistance card right there tells me that there's going to be a lot of times where you feel like the universe is holding you back this week. There's going to be a lot of times where you feel like it's one step forward and 9 steps back. Like you're going to feel like you are running against a concrete wall all the time this week. I'm just letting you know that's the energy of this week for you. Just my advice is going to be this, and I know that it's going to be hard for you to take it because you Pisces are very watery, emotional, go, go, go. And you don't like being told to sit down. Now, if you want to sit down, that's different. But you don't like to be told to sit down. So the universe telling you to sit down doesn't sit well with you. So when that happens, here's what I want you to do. I want you to play a little trick on your own brain, okay? I want you to go, well, I wanted to sit down anyway. And I want you to sit, okay? I want you to go enjoy. I want you to sit. I want you to turn on a fucking show. I want you to play a game. I do not want you to doom scroll. In fact, don't open social media at all when the universe is like, sit. Okay? Play some game on your phone. Watch a TV show. Do not watch the news. Do not scroll on your phone. You can do those other times. Okay? because I know the first thing that most of us do is scroll on our phone. Y'all, I'm pretty sure that's what drove me into a damn panic attack this weekend. I'm pretty sure that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. Pisces, it is going to be a good week. It's just going to feel like nothing is getting done. All right? I hope that was my cat. Now, to be fair, I do have weird shit in my house. But I could have sworn I just heard a woman say, hello? The dolls are in here. I'm hoping it was Vlad. I'm hoping it was Vlad, but we're going to turn on Vox just because. Oh, by the way, for those of you guys wanting to know about the hair, I did message the guy and he doesn't know what the hair is. He doesn't know what the hair is. He was going to ask the person that packed the order, but he has no idea what that bag of hair is. So let's do this. Let's finish Pisces. Pisces, stones for Pisces first. And then for those of you guys that didn't see the doll, I'll show you. My other one's over there she has her own living space in a box. She got a case. I got a case for her. But stones for Pisces. I'm going to say sodalite because it's going to help you calm down a little bit this week. And then I'm also going to say blue lace agate because that's going to help you with the communication issues. I'm just saying. But I am going to turn on Vox in a minute. And for those of you guys that are like, oh, Vlad talks now. He always has. He always has. He answers. He talks. He is the most mouthy cat. He is so mouthy. We have full-on conversations. But for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about with the doll with the hair, I got this girl in. Somebody put one of the grossest wigs on her. Her head is turned again. Her head keeps turning like this. I turn her head back around. And, but she is a very broken old Madame Alexander doll. Her needs a pretty dress, right? And her needs a wig change because whoever put that on her did her a very bad disservice. But that's not the creepy part. That's not the creepiest. You want to see what came with her? I thought this was an extra wig for the doll. It's not. It's not. It's human hair. It is human hair. There are hair follicles. It's human hair. So I don't know if this is like a death doll and this hair stays with the doll. If it's a mistake and someone just sent me a random bag of fucking hair. I ordered the doll. Okay, so it's not from a fan. All right, like let me just clarify that. Because I know some of y'all are like, somebody say you fucking hair. I have been sent weirder shit. Oh, I'm sorry. We got your dress all jacked up. Let me fix it, ma'am. I apologize. What did we get you stuck on? I'm so sorry. Hold on. There, we got you all fixed up. Sugar. All fixed up. Ouch. See, that's what I get. The other doll, I don't know if y'all want to see it or not. Okay. Sass got on to me for the public service warning. I did not give you a public service warning. I will give you a public service warning with this, because this doll, this next doll 100% is uber creepy. And so I'm just going to give you a public service warning. This is a Shirley Temple doll that I ordered. She is from either like 1938, 39, or 1942, 43. She is severely damaged. I knew she was damaged when I ordered her. This is the first doll I have ever gotten or ordered or whatever that immediately got her own living space. I don't like to look her in the face or in the eyes. And for me to say that is a big thing. So here we go. I am going to put out a video about me unboxing her. She has massive wounds on both of her eyes. I love all that. Oh, hell no. Her eyes actually work. With all of this damage, both sides have really deep, gnarly cuts. Yeah. But both of her eyes actually still open. I don't know how, but they do. But they do. Yes, she has teeth. If you guys have ever seen the little Shirley Temple dolls, she's like that. Yeah. That one, she has her own warded box living space. She has her own warded box living space because I ain't looking her in the eye. So. Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. I like now I have the red dot of death. There you guys are. I just paused. I just stopped. I was literally texting Sass. I find it funny that I showed the video of that doll and now I have the red dot. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. All right. Aries, let's not screw around anymore. No one is sleeping tonight. Oh. No one is sleeping tonight. Oh. We're turning Vox on. We're turning Vox on. Uh-huh. Is there someone here messing with my internet tonight? Yes. Who is messing with my internet tonight? I'm trying to work, man. I don't know if that said and you or Andy. Who is messing with my internet? Pisces animal is the porcupine. I was looking at, I have a little dot that tells me how strong my signal is. I was waiting to see if I was going to say porcupine and it cut me off again. I don't know. It's being a little quiet. All right. Aries.
Oh, they reckon. Glorious.
Okay. Aries, you have the eternal servitor, hope and yearning and incompleteness. And then you have curiosity. And then you have mischief. Did y'all hear that? It's fun. It's fun. All right. We just have normal Aries this week. I'm just going to say that. We just have normal Aries this week. Hope, curiosity, mischief. Aries, y'all are really feeling like your old self this week. Y'all are really feeling like your old self this week. Not only that, you are ready to play tricks on everybody. You're ready to plan all the vacations, go all the places, do all the things. You are the smart ass of all smart asses this week. You are going to be trying to joke and laugh and lighten everybody's mood because apparently the Capricorns and the Aquarius are super, super serious. The Pisces can't make a decision. So we all need the jokester, which is you, Aries. Which is you, Aries. Y'all just feel like your old self. Now, I will say this. This is probably not the week for you to make big decisions. It's probably not the week for you to do all kinds of stuff that's really, really heavy or important. So, you know, the incompleteness that's right here, let it be incomplete. Okay, let it be incomplete. Because if you don't, you're going to find that you're going to make decisions based on jokes, and they're not going to work out too well. So, no big, huge decisions. No big, huge decisions. Obviously, don't go buy a car. Don't quit a job. Don't do any of that, okay? But I'm just saying, Aries, you 100% feel like your old self this week. You just feel like your old self. If you guys have an Aries in your life, expect to be jump scared every time you come around the corner. Expect them to be doing all kinds of shit to freak you out all the time. Just expect it. Just expect it. Just expect it. I'm just saying, just expect it. Just expect it. Aries, maybe don't go too far with the practical jokes. I know you will. I know you will. I've known too many of you. I know you will.
Covering for.
See, I know you will. They know you will. They know you will. Law. They're gonna call the law on you, Aries. All right. I can't. I do want to talk about the curiosity aspect really quickly, though, okay? I do want to talk about this because this curiosity this week, I want you to follow it, Aries. Whatever it is that your curiosity brings you to, whether it's a rabbit hole, whether it's going into a new shop, whatever it is, exploring or anything, I do want you to fall down that rabbit hole because this curiosity is going to bring you someplace special. It's going to bring you either to a new way of thinking, find you a new, it's something special with this curiosity. So if you find yourself wandering into shops you've never been in, if you find yourself wanting to drive across town and go to places you've never been, if you find yourself down the rabbit hole on a new elbow leg of TikTok, apparently there's an elbow leg. Unfortunately, I'm sure that there is. Find yourself down some new rabbit hole on the internet. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Okay? Because it is going to lead you to something or someone that you need to have. You need to have it in your life. Okay? Sass and I have fallen down a lot of rabbit holes over this last weekend. Neither one of us are in Aries, but so trust me, my whole brain is gone like that more than a few times this weekend. Aries, this is your expansion week, and it's also your getting back to yourself week. I'm just saying. It's going to be a great week, Aries. You're going to have a great, great fucking week. Just saying. A great fucking week. That's really about it. Like short and sweet. Short and sweet. You're going to have a great week. Stones for Aries. I'm going to say Tiger's Eye and Obsidian. I knew that was coming. Because we need to be on the yo-yo. Tiger's Eye and Obsidian. Any color Tiger's Eye. Whatever you feel you need. I feel most of y'all are going to choose red. I feel like most of y'all are going to choose red. Totem animal's a little harder. Thank you for that. I'm trying to think of a really ornery animal that likes to play jokes. There's a few of them. I keep coming back to the baboon, so we're going to go with that. Y'all are the baboon. I love that some of y'all are like, I just said red. Love it. All right. Tiger's Eye, Obsidian, and you guys are the baboon this week. I know that whenever someone says baboon, everybody's like, oh my God, I am not. Have y'all ever really watched baboons? Those are some of the most intelligent animals. They know how to get one over on us humans. They do. They 100% do. I got really hooked on all the videos. There's a bunch on TikTok, but there's a ton on YouTube of the baboons and stuff over in like China and Tibet and so on that have learned to scam the travelers, the tourists over there. It is funny. It is so damn funny. If you really get into them and watch them, I'm just saying, they are funny as hell. They're smart. Taurus, are we ready? I almost went straight to Gemini because everybody's been asking in the chat about Gemini. What's up with you Geminis tonight? Y'all just impatient? All right, Taurus. I know. These reads are taking forever this evening. Not my fault I had to show you a doll. Not my fault I had to show you a doll. Did take a minute for your anchor card to come out, Taurus. Yeah, the Wi-Fi, that 100% wasn't my fault. All right. Ready? Oh, there's a yawn. The Maestro. Understanding, community, and ingenuity. And what's really funny is with the conversation that Sass and I had earlier, this card with the ingenuity is funny. Grief? Really? And distraction. Okay. Okay. Now, first of all, when I said grief, every one of you Tauruses went, oh no, no, ain't nobody gonna die. Calm down. Okay. Calm down. Understanding, community, ingenuity, grief, and distraction. I will say, Taurus, that this is a week of you letting go of something major in your path. And this doesn't have to be a person or a job or whatever. It could be just a way of looking at something. It could be a goal. Actually, I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. A goal that you have had, that you have held on to for so long. This is something that has been a core part of who you are for so long that you finally making the decision to let it go. you need to take some time to grieve this, okay? Even if this is like, hey, I've been in this marriage and it's shitty and I've been here 20 years and now I'm done. Making that decision and starting the plans of leaving, you are going to have to take some time and grieve a little bit because that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm just saying. For some of you, it's going to be a goal you had. Maybe. Taurus, why am I yawning? Why am I yawning during your read? Are y'all not sleeping? What the fuck? Some of you guys, it's going to be a goal you had. Like you had set this goal. Maybe you wanted to own a house in Switzerland or whatever. And now you're realizing that maybe you really don't want to move to Switzerland. Or, I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. But you're realizing that none of that is what you really want anymore. So I want you to take some time for you this week, Taurus. I know no Taurus wants to hear that it's a self-care week. No Taurus wants to hear that. Thank you. Oh no, Taurus, you need to go soak in a hot bath, or you need to go just relax and turn your phone off. Oh no. Eat some good food, Taurus. Oh no. Every Taurus in here is like, I don't want to. Yes, you do. You know you do. You know every Taurus in here is like, they've already got their fuzzy slippers on, their old sweatpants, the fat sweatpants. We all have a pair. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They've got on the dirty shirt. They've already got a bag of their favorite potato chips. They're already in bed with the remote, like, bring it. Every Taurus. As soon as I said this is a self-care week for you because of letting this go is going to cause some grief, all of you already mentally are there. You are mentally there. I'm not dumb. My best friend being Taurus. I have a lot of moderators that are Tauruses. I draw Tauruses in. I'm not dumb. I know. But Taurus, I do want to say that is just your distraction. You are going to have to deal with this grief. Okay? You are going to have to deal with this grief. Okay? Because if you don't, then this distraction is only going to make you upset and I don't want to say down, but it's only going to make you stress about it. Does that make sense? You letting go of this and grieving it is going to allow you more room for this ingenuity, for this change, for this shift. So this is kind of a pivotal week for you as long as it's a pivotal week no matter what, but it's going to be a great pivotal week as long as you use it to your advantage. Okay? As long as you use it to your advantage. Just saying what I'm saying. Enjoy the distraction. Grieve the loss. So that way, when you decide to fully walk away from that job, that person, that goal, that whatever, you're not stressed about it and let the ingenuity come. Because here's why. I also know how you Taurus brain works. Y'all, all earth signs work like this. They've got to shut down. They've got to unplug. They've got to put food in their face and they've got to distract themselves. And it's during that distraction part, it's during this part right here that this ingenuity pops up and they go, oh shit, now I can do this. And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's exactly what's going to happen, Taurus. During this distraction is when this ingenuity pops up. Everything comes full circle. Okay? It is going to be a good week. I promise. It is going to be a good week. So stones for Taurus. The beginning of the week, amethyst. Any color. Yeah, any color. I think pink amethyst would even do some of you guys really good. Amethyst. And then towards the end of the week, when you're in this relax distraction mode, carnelian. Just saying. y'all are the elephant this week. I really had to think for a minute. I was gonna have jokes and call you guys the sloth this week, but we're not gonna. Y'all are the elephant this week. Y'all are the elephant this week. Okay? Yeah, y'all are the elephant this week. Now, Gemini. We're almost halfway through. Now, Gemini. If you guys have always wanted to learn palmistry or you wanted to learn astrology, classes start this week and next week. They will be videoed as well as live. So I'm just saying, I like that Gemini's cards came out like that. I like it. Not mad. I'm hearing so many noises out there and I'm fighting the urge to go check on the candles. I'm fighting the urge to get up and go check on the candles. Just saying. All right. Nyx. Secrets. Vigilance. Respite. Okay. Nature. And mimicry. Okay. Gemini, y'all are super in tune with your intuition, with the other side, with all of your gifts, with channeling, with the ghosties, with the ancestors. Y'all are super in tune with everything spiritual this week. Whether it's your own psychic abilities, whether it's falling down the rabbit hole about psychic abilities, whether it is just your spiritual practice, getting back to it, new practice, whatever it is. Y'all are super tuned in this week. Just saying. Super, super tuned in. I am going to go check because I'm going to go check. I'll be right back. I don't like that I keep worrying about it. All good. And Vlad is sound asleep on the couch. So, the noises are coming from other places. Just saying. Just saying. If you guys are not new to my live streams, like if you've been watching for a long time, you've heard the noises. There's a reason that Sass calls me the booger beacon. Like there's a reason. That was actually footsteps. I'm here by myself. My doors are locked. That was footsteps. Y'all want to hear something really funny? So Santa Paranormal, John and I are friends. I was on his podcast, Splintered Spirits and so on. And he goes live every single night from this really cool place, cemeteries, etc. And so I popped in the other night. He was live, chit-chatting. And then I left, right? I just popped in, dropped some gifts, did a bunch of likes, said hi, etc. So the next night I come in and he's like, oh my God. He was like, Blue, guess what? He's like, you're never going to believe this. Try me. He said, after you left last night, he said, I was talking about you. And he said, the spirit box said, she's here, the blue one. And everybody was like, what the fuck? And I was like, well, that actually kind of happens a lot. It happens a lot. I've had people call me that I know that are paranormal investigators and be like, the house is asking for you. So like, it's not a new thing, right? But it was just funny that he was like, oh my God. Anyway, Geminis, y'all are tuned the hell in. Y'all are tuned the hell in. You aren't crazy. You don't need a grippy sock vacation. But you do have to kind of step back from some things, okay? You do have to make sure Bear decided to go in there. He's tired of being in here with the dolls, I guess. You do have to kind of step back a little bit because you have to set boundaries. If you don't, you're going to have a house like mine with all the noises and all the shit, and it's going to drive you nuts. No, I'm just kidding. But if you don't set some boundaries, then your clairs are going to be working overtime this week. They're going to get overwhelming and you won't be able to function. Okay? So I just want you to be careful. I just want you to make sure you set boundaries. Even with gifts, even with paranormal aspect, even with all of those things, there has to be boundaries. Like, they don't need to bother you when you sleep. They don't need to be bothering you at this time or that time or when you're trying to work or whatever. Okay? You have to set those boundaries. You're going to have a lot of interesting dreams this week. I wouldn't be surprised if you get some ancestral visits, things like that this week. There's going to be a really deep need in you, Gemini, to get outside, to get out in nature, to talk to the trees, to touch the grass. Like, there's just a deep need to do this. Okay? The mimicry is why I'm saying that you have to have some boundaries. When you go to sleep this week, Gemini, every single night, really all of y'all should be doing this. But if you don't want any communication in your dreams, you need to have a very clear boundary of like, hey, when you go to bed, and you can just say this in your mind, or you can say it out loud. Like, I don't live with anybody. I like my big old space to my fucking self. So I'm happy to say it out loud when I go to sleep. Like, look here. Y'all are not allowed to bother me in my sleep. I am going to go to bed. I am going to ugly sleep. I'm going to press my face and drool. Don't bother me, right? But if you do want, maybe mom, dad, aunt, uncle, granny, grandpa, whatever, to speak to you in your sleep, then you can say, I only will speak to those that are in my highest good, etc. Because of the mimicry. Because of the mimicry. There's a lot of things that will mimic people that you love, people that you miss, and you don't want that. Okay? So you have to set a very clear boundary this week, Gemini. But yeah. So in other words, if you need a question answered about spiritual stuff, you call your Gemini friend. You call your Gemini friend this week. That's what's up. Because the Geminis are going to know. Also, maybe, if you really want a super honest answer, don't call your Gemini friends. Like, if you don't want to hear the truth, maybe don't call your Gemini friends, because they're going to tell you exactly what they fucking think. Just saying. Just saying. Still is for Geminis. I'm actually going to give you guys Jade as well, because I also think you're lucky little shits this week. So we're going to amplify that. So Jade. And then clear quartz. The clearer, the better. To kind of help you see through that mimicry. Okay? We're just going to give you guys the Raven this week. Y'all are the Raven. Thank you for that. Y'all are the Raven this week. All right. That brings me to my sweet, lovely little Cancer babies. Where's all my little Cancer babies at? Cancers, y'all are trying to draw a lot of anchor cards. Not the Cancers not knowing which way to go. Not the Cancers needing 900 anchor cards. Not the Cancers. Never. Not the Cancers getting mad at me and throwing a card. I'm going to get it just the way it fell. You are shitting me. Y'all watched me shuffle. This is the fucking mimicry card in the exact same spot. Y'all watched me shuffle. You have the Mother of Dawn, beauty, agency, and compassion. And then you have insight. And then you have mimicry. And it fell like this. It fell right side up like this. Okay? In other words, it's going like that. All right, Cancer. We're gonna do some tough love talk. We're gonna do some tough love talk. I love you. I love you. We all love you. You have someone in your life right now that you know you have to walk away from. You've known it for a while. We know it and you know it. But you keep holding them in your life for whatever reason. You keep being worried about not giving them the compassion that they need because they're just going through a rough time. You keep being worried about wanting to make sure that they're okay before you leave, but you just can't leave. And a lot of this is you holding on to that either because of comfort, because of the entire situation, whatever it is you holding on to this particular person, and it is a person. Now, the thing is, it's not necessarily a significant other, okay? Could be friend, could be family member, could be boss, could be coworker, could whatever. But this is someone that you have continued to try to help. You've continued to try to support, push along, drag along, love, whatever. It is somebody that you have tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. And you know that they need to go over there. They need to go be over there while you are over here. You over here, them over here. Okay? This week, you get a massive insight into why and how you need to let them go. Okay? Because a lot of you Cancers, you will let all of these things happen. You will get every red flag in the whole Walmart and still be like, it's just a couple red flags. Bitch, it's all of them. Okay? But this week is like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? So not only that, but as you're stressing out about it, trying to figure out, well, what do I do? The situation kind of brings itself to a head. Either relationship-wise, friendship-wise, family-wise, they're like, well, fine, I just won't ever talk to you again. There's your out, Cancer, let it go. Don't chase them. If it's a job situation, if it's a boss, if it's a coworker, if it's whatever, if it's a teacher, if it's a fellow student, it's whatever, and they say some shitty shit, let them go. I love you. You still have all of us. Because this mimicry right here, going like this, they're doing every fucking thing they can to mimic you. To mimic you. They're doing everything they can. Work situation, school situation, what they're doing is mimicking you to take your success. Friendship, family, whatever, what they're doing to mimic you is to make themselves look better in the eyes of everyone else around. Relationship-wise, if they're mimicking you, it's to hurt you. It's to piss you off. And I know some of you guys are like, I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. Oh, the universe is going to show you this week. The universe is going to show you this week. Some of you guys, when I said this, you knew exactly. And I guarantee you that some of you, when I said this, even though you knew exactly, Cancer, you immediately started arguing with me too. Well, but this and but this and I love you. You're strong. You're good enough, and you can do this. And I have faith in you. And I have faith in you. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Because if you don't, they're going to continue to do this and mimic you and take everything they can from you. Just saying, Cancer. Just saying what I'm saying. You squishy little shits. You squishy little shit. All right. Cancer, I'm going to let you choose what stones you have this week, but they need to be protective stones, okay? So any black stone, garnet is also protective, tiger's eye is protective, hematite is protective. There's a lot of stones that have protective qualities, but any protective stones this week, Cancers. The reason I'm saying it that way is because you may need to change up on a daily basis. You might feel like right now it's this and then tomorrow it's this. Or right now it's this, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon it's this, and at 6 o'clock it's this. Okay? So protective stones. You may feel like you need to have 10 of them. Whatever you feel you need, Cancers. Okay? All of the protective stones. Y'all are the chimpanzee this week. You ever watch a chimpanzee with a favorite toy? Thank you. You ever watched a chimpanzee with a favorite toy? You ever watched a chimpanzee that had something that was broken and they were trying to get it away from the chimpanzee and the chimpanzee wouldn't let it go? Just saying. Just saying. I love you. You can do this, Cancers. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. Yeah, I love that some of y'all are like, what the monkey this week with the, yeah. Mm-hmm. You talking about the baby monkey with the little chimpanzee doll or the orangutan doll? Dude, that about broke my heart. That about broke my heart seeing those videos. Poor little teeny tiny thing. Every one of y'all knows him. Oh. For those of you guys that couldn't watch, just letting you know, he did get a new mommy. And he's doing really fantastic now. He got a new mommy. So for those of you guys that couldn't watch it, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Ready, Leos? Are we ready? All right, moving on to Virgos. We have asshole Leos this week. Both my kids are Leos. I'm going to go ahead and just work all week. We have asshole Leos this week. Set says short-sightedness, ambition, and narcissism. Oh, and then you can't make this shit up. You have dominance. And then you have teamwork. So y'all are fucking running in packs. Y'all are just mean this week. You are. Now, there's a good side to the mean. We're going to talk about that first, and then we're going to talk about the bad side of the mean. The good side to the mean is that you're fed up and you're ready to move forward and you're ready to do things, right? You're ready to straighten shit out, whether it's your life, whether it's your job, whether it's your significant other, whether whatever. You guys are fed up with something, fed up with the world, fed up with the way you've been rolling or whatever, and you're ready to change. You're ready to do things. So there's a complete 180 with you this week. This is a hardcore, ambitious, dominant, boss bitch type of energy, right? The downside to that is that you're mean. The downside to that is that you're mean this week. So Leos, my advice is going to be this. You're going to really, really have to bite your tongue a lot around the people that you love, or you're going to snap and you're going to say shit that you can't take back. Stuff you don't mean. But it's going to come out of your face, and then you're going to immediately be like, whoops. This is a great week for you getting back on your path. This is a great week for you getting a bunch of shit done. This is a great week for you deciding where you want to go in life, like who you want to be when you grow up. This is a solid week for you deciding, okay, I'm going to find a new job. I'm going to move. I'm going to get back to school. It's a phenomenal week for that, okay? But you're going to have to be really careful. Thank you, Spicy Phoenix. Look, look, look. But you're going to have to be really, really careful because you're going to hurt people's feelings. Okay? You are going to hurt people's feelings. So you're going to have to be really careful. I don't like that it's the set card. I don't. Because the problem with that, Leos, is that y'all are already the drama. Y'all are already fiery. Y'all are already the lion. Y'all will already pounce if you need to pounce. And you don't really think before you do sometimes. So the problem with you having set and the dominance card is that you're going to pounce on some things and some people before you really talk to your team about it. Okay? Your team is going to be the thing that keeps you grounded this week, that keeps you here, that keeps you sane, that keeps you from going off the deep end. Okay. So you're really going to have to rely on this team and listen to them. And I know a lot of you are not going to want to. A lot of you are going to say, oh yeah, well, I can do this myself. We know you can. We know you can. Just saying. Just saying. Don't be an asshole. You're gonna. But try. But try. Okay? Both my kids are Leos. So I'm just gonna work this week. I'm just gonna work this week. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm glad they're both adults and not at home. Oh, shit. Stones for Leos. Carnelian, because it'll help with the ambition and seeing where you need to go. And garnet, because it will help protect you a little bit. So maybe nobody pops you in the chiclets. I'm just saying, we don't want any Leo to get popped in the chiclets. Okay. So or you to pop someone else in the chiclets. No popping of the chiclets. Okay, Leos? No chiclet popping. Say no to chiclet popping, Leos, okay? No. I really need one of those soundboards just for all my vocal stems because all I want to say right now is from Talladega Nights. Somebody's about to get punched in the mouth. And then I said it and it was great. So anyway, stones for, I gave you stones, totem animal for Leo. Oh no. Y'all are the jackal. Y'all are the jackal. It's funny. My ex-husband loves MMA and used to watch like UFC, still does, but it used to be all the time in our house, right? And so I'm trying to remember which fighter it was. I want to say that it was Conor McGregor when he first started in the UFC. Virgos, I am drawing for you. But he said somebody's going to get knocked in the chiclets, like talking about knocking someone's teeth out. And ever since then, I thought that was the funniest fucking shit. And I have said it ever since. Somebody's going to get popped in the chiclets. Virgos, it took a minute to get an anchor card. And it wasn't that you had a whole bunch coming out. It was hesitancy. It was hesitancy. For those of you guys that have never watched me read, usually I say this earlier. I just went to pull my cards toward me and they fanned out. They don't do that. That's another bit of hesitancy. I really pay attention to how my cards draw, how they shuffle, etc. I don't really put new decks into rotation, especially with like, you know, Zodiacs. I use decks that I'm very familiar with. Both of these decks I have had since I've had this deck since 2020, and I've had this deck since like my birthday on 2021. So I've had them both for a long time, right? I know them both very, very well. This deck is very straightforward, like that dad that has all the good wisdom, but also is a little gruff. And then this is the asshole deck. But I really pay attention. And Virgos, all of this right here, this was a lot of hesitancy. And I know that no Virgo wants to hear the word hesitancy because Virgos are not hesitant. Okay? They're not. And with how the Capricorn reading went and with how the Taurus reading went, I'm very interested to see the Virgo reading. Erewhon, the master of the great hunt, which is natural balance, authority, and the hunt. And this is the Celtic death god. I find that interesting. Then observation. I like that card. I don't know what it is. I just like it. Just that he's watching the little spider. It's just interesting. And then self-interest. Okay. Two things, Virgos. First, kind of in line with the other two earth sign readings, you also are kind of pulling back and just looking at things, taking stock, etc. But on the other side, you're also finally looking at what you need to do for you. I know that Virgos, well, every Virgo I've ever known has gotten accused of being very, very self-centered. And what's funny about that is almost every Virgo I know is in a career that helps other people. So I think that's hilarious. In my opinion, I don't think Virgos are self-centered. I think that they are reserved when it comes to themselves, right? And so they don't share a lot of information about themselves right off the bat. And I think people take that as them being self-centered. So Virgos, I think y'all get a bad rap with that. I've known self-centered people in every zodiac sign, but Virgos, I don't think y'all are self-centered. I think that you're just reserved. It's just who you are. And you're a perfectionist, so you like to get things right. So then you kind of squirrel yourself away. But this week, Virgo, you are definitely kind of pulling back a little bit. This observation is super, super key. You are on the hunt for something and you're not quite sure what you're on the hunt for. You're searching the darkness and the shadows and all of that. Virgos, it's one of those weeks that you're going to be having problems sleeping. Just letting you know. It's going to be one of those weeks that you're just going to have problems sleeping. You don't want to do it. You don't want to go through it. I don't want to say go through it. You don't want to go through it. You just don't want to go to sleep. I don't know if it's because of nightmares or if it's because of traveling or I don't know what, but you just can't sleep this week, Virgos. It just is what it is. I'm sorry. It's also a week where people are going to be like, why are you checked out? Come back over here. Why are you checked out? You're not checked out. Your brain is working 7 shades of overtime trying to figure out what it is that you're on the hunt for. The other thing right here, this observation, notice how he's observing the spider, right? Notice how that's a little spider. I don't think that completely this is you looking at where your next meal is going to come from, Virgo. I think this is you looking at who's for you and who's against you. I think that's exactly what this week is you looking at who is on your side and who is not. And I think that that is something very, very important. When it comes to the self-interest card, I'm going to give you some advice. This is first. This, the self-interest, this needs to come first in your life this week. Period. Now, I understand if you have kids, things like that, you know, yes, they kind of come first. I get that. But you have to put you first this week, Virgos. Period. Because of this observation, because of you looking at everybody around you and who's on your side and who's not, you looking at all of the stuff that is your self-interest, what is the best thing for your self-interest, the people that are against you are not going to like that at all. And they're going to be very vocal about it. And then you can be like, oh, okay. Put them in the discard pile. One thing I do love about Virgos is this, that Virgos, I mean, really it's all earth signs, but Virgos will cut you off in a heartbeat and then you just never existed. You just never existed. Virgos, Scorpios, Capricorns, and Aries. They will cut you off like you never fucking existed. Like that. Like that. You never even breathed air. Like that. So, yeah. Put yourself first this week, Virgos, and don't you feel bad about it. Don't you feel bad about it. Keep that observation up of who it is that is for you and who's against you. When you put yourself first, who are the ones cheering you on? Oh my God, you really needed to go do this for you. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're taking a day for yourself. Oh my God, I'm so glad that you're taking a hot bubble. Why? I'm so glad. And then you're going to have people that get really fucking mad. Just saying. It's going to be a good week, Virgos. You are going to get your feelings hurt because there are going to be some people that you didn't expect to act the way they act this week. And when they do, it's going to hurt your feels. It is going to hurt your feels. Okay? But it is going to show you who's for you and who's against you. This hunt, I want to speak about that one little bitty more teeny tiny thing real quick. A little bitty more. A little bit more. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. A little bitty more. By the end of this week, you're going to see what it is that you need to sink your teeth into next. Just saying. Is that 3, Amy? I know Amy keeps count. So stones for Virgos. I am going to say blue lace agate. And then I'm also going to say fluorite. Okay? I'm also going to say fluorite. Blue lace agate is going to help you with communication and no communication when there doesn't need to be. And then fluorite's going to help you really process things, see things clearly, etc. Okay? It'll help you with that, you know, where are you going next? It'll help you with the, it'll help you. It'll help you. Okay? Virgos, y'all are actually the mountain goat this week. Y'all are actually the mountain goat this week. Okay? That brings me to my lovely little Libras. For those of you guys, ooh, my nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me like crazy. Jesus. For those of you guys asking what decks I'm using, this is the Mausolea deck. This is my anchor card deck. I pretty much use it as my anchor cards every week. Mausolea, M-A-U-S-O-L-E-A. You can't hardly see it. This deck has been all over the place with me. It's so worn and yeah, I love it. And then the other one without the candy inside is the Urban Crow Oracle. Now, I will say this. The deck that I have, this one here, is the first edition, and all of the other editions, they have changed it. So if you can find the first edition, that's this one here that I'm using. But I have heard that the other editions are different. Okay? I'm just saying. But yeah, MJ Callingham. What? Cullin AME. A-N-E. I don't know. Shit. The Urban Crow Oracle. All right, Libras. But that is the asshole deck. I'm just letting you know. It does not sugarcoat shit. It got the nickname the asshole deck the very first time I read with it. Somebody gave it to me for my birthday in 2021, and I was out with a group of girls eating dinner when they gave it to me, and I was like, well, let's open it and pull cards. And right off the bat, everybody was like, that's an asshole deck. All right, ready, Libra? Morgan Le Fay. Growth, atonement, and deceit. Okay? Grief, battle. No Libra that I have ever met likes to argue and fight with friends. No Libra I have ever met no Libra I've ever met just likes to argue. They all want to be the peacekeeper. They all want everybody to be happy. They all want everybody to get along. They all want everything to be balanced. They just want to chill. Libras are like the stoners of the zodiac. Libras are like the stoners of the zodiac. Like, they just want to chill, man. You know, they just want their white Russian and the rug that ties the room together. Like, they are the dude, you know, they don't want to do that. Right. But this week, Libras, this week you find out that somebody has really been deceiving you. You find out that somebody, not only have they been deceiving you, but they've been doing it in such a fashion that it's just a straight up betrayal. It's just a straight up betrayal. And in true Libra fashion, you try to work it out. And in true Libra fashion, when you can't work it out, you cut them straight off. And they are not going to like that you cut them off. It's going to cause you to make a decision that you don't like to make, because they're going to drag it out into the public. Whether it's let's just say this is a work situation and you have a coworker that has been absolutely using you, maybe taking your reports, your work, and putting their name on it or whatever. And you find out they've been betraying you like that. And then they decide that they're going to throw you under the bus with the boss, whatever it is, and you've got to fight for your job, right? It's going to be a little bit of a rough week, Libra. It's going to be a little bit of a rough week. You are going to have to be really strong this week. You are going to have to not turn the other cheek. You are going to have to fight. You are going to have to go into the battle. You are going to have to channel Morgan Le Fay. You are going to lose a friend, coworker, etc. You are going to lose somebody out of your life, but not because of like a loss. It's because you find out that they straight up betrayed you. You find out they straight up have been betraying you. And as you Libras find this out, you're going to take this pretty hard because it's just offensive to you, right? It's going to hurt your feels. It's going to make you feel bad. It's just bullshit. But I mean, it's straight up offensive. Like, you feel like it's straight up offensive. And I just want you to know that, like, you're going to spend the weekend being offended. You're going to spend the weekend being offended. So if you guys have a Libra in your life, know that this weekend is going to be hard on them. And it's a good weekend to be like, hey, you want me to grab your favorite snacky snacks and we'll curl up and binge a show? Like, or, you know, take them to see a movie they've been wanting to see, or do something nice for your Libra this weekend. Libra, if you are single, if you don't have anybody in your life or whatever, this is a good self-care weekend. Maybe call up your Taurus friend because they're ready to binge some shit too this week. Maybe call up your Taurus friend and y'all sit and hang out in your gross old sweaty pant clothes and binge watch a show with snacks. I don't know. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Libras. Nobody likes to be betrayed, and nobody likes to be thrown under the bus, and nobody likes to have to really fight for something that they shouldn't have to fight for. I'm sorry. I know that it's going to be a really hard week for you guys, and I know that, yeah, just be easy with you this week, Libra, because it's going to be tough on you mentally. It is. And I mean, maybe call your Leo friend if somebody needs to get popped in chiclets. I'm just saying. Leos are all about popping people in the chiclets, I guess. I'm just saying. Well, here's another one. Just saying. Look, all the Leos in the chat are like, absolutely, we'll come pop them in the chiclets. Because of course they are. Stones for Leos. No. Stones for Libras. Oh, stones for Libras. I'm going to give you two black ones. Black tourmaline and smoky quartz. Now, towards the end of the week, towards this battle phase, you're going to want some obsidian. But the black tourmaline is going to take all the negative shit that's coming in from them. And it's going to suck it up. The smoky quartz is going to help to turn that into something different. If you have a smoky quartz ring or a bracelet, it goes on your left. Black tourmaline goes on your left. Okay? Because this is what you're taking in. The right is what you're giving out. So you don't want to give out your protections. You want that on your left. Okay? Just saying. You know, the only thing I can think of is about an animal being cornered. And I'm going to give you guys the mountain lion. Like, I heard growing up a few times, like, you never want to corner a mountain lion. And that's exactly what the Libras are. And then what's funny is that's not really normal Libra energy. Like, Libras are not really crazy mountain lion type energy, but this week you are. I'm just saying, this week you are. It's going to be an interesting week. It's an interesting week. All right. That brings me to Scorpios. Where's all my Scorpio gang at? I know y'all are here. I know y'all are here. You're trying to draw a ton of cards too. Woo! Okay, Scorpio. Okay. Damn, Gina. All right. Ready? The thinker. Knowledge, reinvention, and instruction. Territory. Community. Okay. All right. I was like, this is going. We have social Scorpios this week. Timeline are we in? What timeline are we in? We have Libras in battle. And we have social Scorpios. And we have Cancers actually cutting someone out of their life? What timeline are we in? I don't like it here. I don't like it here. Feels weird. We have social Scorpios this week, but not how you think. Okay, so every Scorpio out here is like, do we though? Yeah, but not in the way you think. Y'all are not like, I want to go to the ball and like planning parties. You are really looking at, I think that this last couple of weeks, there has been a huge shakeup in your either family, in the dynamics, in the people that you really care about. There's been a big shakeup, whether it's been an accident, a health scare, it's been something, right? And this has been building within you for a couple of weeks, Scorpio, right? But this week, either that kind of health scare comes back up, or it's something pings this same energy. Okay, something pings this same energy, and your anxiety starts to do this about literally losing that person. Okay, so you start to look for ways to reinvent time with them, to reinvent showing them how you appreciate them, you love them, etc. And then you realize that you need to start gaining more territory, fighting for them, etc. Like setting boundaries. A lot of these things are going to be boundaries with other people. Maybe your mom just got over being really, really sick, and one of her friends or sisters or someone like that is taking advantage of her, and you're done with it, right? So it's not that you're going into full on battle mode, but it's you're setting boundaries and fighting for territory with this person. But it's like fighting for the territory for the people that you love. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is fighting for the people that you love, Scorpios. It's not you planning parties. It's not you going out all night on the town. Because let's face it, who has the money for that? This is straight up you reinventing and protecting and putting boundaries in place for the people that you love that maybe can't or won't do it themselves. What's interesting, though, is that you do feel like being around these people a lot this week. You do feel like talking to them, hanging out with them. You're a little more touchy-feely this week, maybe actually with the hugs or, holding someone's hand. I know, Scorpio. I know. We went to like fifth base really quickly there. It's okay. You'll be okay. But you really are all about the territory that is yours, that is the people that you love. Okay? You are all about fighting for and protecting this territory. I'm here for this, and I'm sorry that you're in this situation. Does that make sense? I'm here for it, and I'm sorry that you're in this situation, because that tells me that you've had a really rough few weeks with almost losing someone that you care about, health scares, facing the possibility you might lose them, etc. You know what I mean? Now, the good news is you can be your normal, mean-ass Scorpio self with the people you need to set boundaries with. Because you're going to have to set these boundaries and to regain this territory for the person that you care about that they've been taken advantage of. I'm just saying. One thing that y'all don't know about Scorpios is that they are very fierce protectors of the people that they care about. Very, very fierce protectors of the people that they care about. You do not hurt someone that they care about. Like, you don't. They will fuck your whole world up. And so, Scorpio, gloves are kind of off this week with some of these people that have been taking advantage of it. Of the people that you love. So, just saying. Just saying. Stones for Scorpios. Obsidian. In fact, I would probably keep a sharp piece by your bed. Not with you, because you'll be stabbing a bitch. And we don't have bail money for you right now, Scorpios. Not all of you. I'm sure we could help out a few of you, but not all of you. So obsidian. And then I'm going to say ocean jasper. No, Caribbean jasper. Caribbean jasper. You need the calmness that comes with seeing where the right boundaries are that you need to set with these people. Okay. And then y'all are the orca this week. Y'all are the orca this week. Pretty to look at. Will holy hell bite your face off. All right. Sagittarius. Are we ready? Are we ready? Apparently you are. The cards are jumping. And you keep trying to draw a ton of anchor cards. Sagittarius, I love you. I do. I really and truly do. I'm going to need y'all to focus though, because you just threw out 3 anchor cards and I can't do that. Okay. So we're going to take the one that fell right side up. We're going to look at the other 2. Y'all are fighting with yourselves this week. Y'all are fighting with yourselves this week. I'm just going to tell you, because those were 2 completely opposite cards. Y'all are fighting with yourselves this week. I just need one. You know what? I'm just gonna give it to you because y'all threw in the floor. So the one that came out right side up is Genie the Maid. And this is like being humble. It's humility. It's being the champion, but it's also a lot of disillusionment. Then you have influence. Then you have isolation. And then the one you threw in the floor landed sideways and it's scavenge. Sagittarius, y'all are just completely in a disconnect this week. You just don't feel like yourself. You don't feel like you belong anywhere. You just don't feel like you. Your energy is off. You can't get enough sleep. But then you're tired all the time. Caffeine isn't helping. Your coffee isn't your friend. Like, you just feel disconnected this week. I liked that the first comment I looked up at was, put those back. You're also kind of going through and I don't want to say taking stock because that's not right. It's like, you know, when you just kind of sit on the couch for a minute and you zone out and you just kind of check out for a minute. And then you have this thought that brings you back that like, man, I should go throw away or get rid of like all those clothes that I haven't worn in 10 years, right? That kind of thought, the one that moves you forward, but you had to check all the way out for it to get into your brain. You know what I'm talking about? That's the mood. That's the Sagittarius mood this week. It's not a melancholy. It's not a depression. It's not a sadness. It's not any of that. It's just a disconnect. And to be honest, I think that a lot of it is just the world weighing on you. Sagittariuses they're the party. They are the party of the zodiac. Like, y'all have the best disco balls and the karaoke machines, and y'all are the party. You're the ringleader, right? And so the world is a circus, but not a good circus. And it's weighing on you as a human, Sagittarius. It's just weighing on you. So you're just kind of disconnecting a little bit this week. You're starting to really look at what things have had a lot of influence on you. Not people, but things. What things have had a lot of influence on you. I would guarantee you that a lot of you have already been thinking about this weekend, rolling into this week, changing your diet or stop drinking caffeine or soda or whatever. You're thinking about all of the things that you've been doing, and, you know, how much does going out for coffee every day influence you or whatever. Do you see what I mean? You're already getting on the train. Now, the isolation card I hate, because there is nothing worse than a Sagittarius that is disconnected and in isolation. And so if y'all have a Sagittarius in your life, know that it's going to be kind of one of those things where they look like they're having a pity party quietly, but they're not. They're just checking out. They're just checking out. They're just zoning out. They're not mad at you. They're not stressed out at you. They're stressed out at the world. And it's 11:11 as I look at the clock. But Sagittarius, I mean, maybe get with your Taurus friends, and who else was it? Virgo. Maybe get with your Taurus and Virgo friends, and y'all all just have a girls' sleepover weekend and just binge watch shit. I think we need to make that a norm. I really do. I think we need to bring that back. I miss that as a kid, having sleepovers with all your friends, and you just except as adult sleepovers, we're going to have way too much food because we all have adult money to buy food now, and we can buy the food we want, and then just have a sleepover, and we all camp out in the living room, and we just binge watch some fucking Forensics Files or some shit. I want to normalize that. Sagittarius, you take charge of that. Can you take charge of those parties, please? And we can just start that up. Just saying. But Sagittarius, this is a week where you stop feeling like you have to scavenge for your own emotions. You are very disconnected, and you're going to wonder what's wrong with you this week. I'm serious. Even though I'm telling you this right now towards the end of the week, you're going to be like, yeah, but what is wrong with me? Like, I know she said that we're going to be disconnected, but like, this is a whole other level. I know, but Sagittarius, you're going to realize that you have been scavenging for certain feelings for a while. Whether it's with a person, whether it's with a job, whatever it's with, you have been scavenging for these feelings for a little bit. And you're not doing it this week, which is very neutral for you. And if it's a person, they're going to notice it. If it's a job, they're going to notice it. Like, I'm just saying, the feelings you've been having to scavenge to keep going with this relationship, with this job, with this family member, with this commitment, whatever it is, they're going to notice. And they're not going to react very well. It's always the people that we care about the most that seem to betray us in that way. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, apparently the Tauruses, the Virgos, and the Sagittariuses are all having a little disconnect sleepover. We can have a virtual sleepover, can't we? Can we have a virtual binge watch? We can do that. Yeah. And then nobody has to go anywhere. We all can go to our own beds. Let's plan that. Let's plan that. Let's plan that. Let's plan that. We can't do it here on fucking Talk though, because They'll flag us for all kinds of shit. All right, let's plan that. We'll plan that. Stones for Sagittarius. Amethyst and turquoise. Amethyst and turquoise. If you have like the dyed howlite turquoise, that will also work. Okay. So don't stress if you're like, I can't afford real turquoise, or I don't have turquoise. Dyed howlite, the turquoise howlite, that will work just as well. I am going to give you guys the sloth this week, not because of anything else but the isolation and just hanging out. Just hanging out. So don't take that as I'm giving you sloth because you're lazy, Sagittarius says. That's not it. That's not it. Okay? That's not it. If you guys are not members of my Patreon, you should be. Maybe that's where we'll plan the hangout because, you know, we ain't got no rules over there. But I am going to be giving a lot more energy, time, and personal attention to my Patreon because even the website, like Wix and stuff, they're starting to have a lot of rules and regulations on what we can and can't post and all this other shit. And I'm kind of tired of it. And on Patreon, I don't have rules from YouTube. I don't have rules from TikTok. I don't have rules from anywhere else. I don't have rules from my fucking website. On Patreon, it's just purely all private content. And I'm down with that. I'm down with that. So that's what we're going to start doing. So, all right. What happened to the Discord? I shut it down. I shut them down. And I shut them down because there were people sharing information and utilizing some parts of it for their own gain. And I was just done. I was just done with it. So, yeah. All right, guys. Don't forget, classes, Ides of March fun this weekend. I hope you'll join me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We are going to play World of Warcraft tomorrow. Come hang out. It's just going to be a chit chat day. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I'll have to figure out how to do it because Streamlabs ain't working. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. All right. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.